The pieces I pulled the day before were lined up in my dressing room with military precision, in the order I planned to present them to my client. A very tailored woman who typically wore extremely expensive clothing. Wore a cashmere double-breasted jacket, various tops in crisp white percale, cropped khaki pants, and dresses categorized into ones for day and others for night. They weren't separates unified simply by taste, but rather possessed a continuity that I saw in my head and would introduce to the client on her body. The cashmere jacket was to be paired with the cropped pants for a weekend afternoon, or matched with the charcoal gray skirt for a business lunch, and white percale goes with practically anything. Together, the disparate items I gathered made a series of outfits. A story, if you like. To have a closet fully packed and presented to you is a gift. That is not to say that the women I work with adore all the items I choose, but the experience of walking into my dressing room for an appointment makes for something individual and special. The clothes I work with as a personal shopper, a title I have never particularly favored, are an extravagance unto themselves. The price tags on many are often too rich for my Midwestern sensibilities. Yet the true luxury of what I do is the knowledge my client has as I slip a sweater over her shoulders or zip a dress up the back that I was thinking only of her when I selected the garment. Many women are nervous when they first step into my office. I am the antidote to the intimidation of shopping, but it is difficult here at Bergdorf Goodman. Probably the most beautiful store there is because of the years on it. Even the location of its elegant mansard-style building on the site of the former Vanderbilt mansion is venerable. One walks into the store and gasps. It is truly opulent. Light twinkles from crystal chandeliers at the center of magnificent white rotundas. Even updated, the French moldings and paneled walls display old-fashioned charm that simply cannot be built into new stores. It's beautiful, but the store itself is not all that my clients are seeking. Often their need runs deeper. A great many of them require mothering, which I provide in various ways. The simplest is the advice I dispense from the list of purveyors I have amassed over the years in a leather-bound book I keep handily on my desk. My clients don't just ask me about what to wear. They also want to know the best nursery schools to send their children to, a hand laundry that does linens, or the best chocolates I have ever eaten. And I oblige, with dentists, party planners, bakeries, whatever they require. I am the ultimate trusted source, because when a person enters my dressing room and takes off her clothes, I must instill confidence. I also become a listening post and hear things my clients won't tell their husbands, best friends, or real mothers. I don't mind. It's much easier to take care of other people than it is yourself. I put a lot of myself into the heads and bodies of my clients whom I want to dress as well as I would myself. Having grown up around and lived with beautiful clothes and fabrics all my life, I sometimes find it difficult to see the new and appreciate it, even here at Bergdorf Goodman, a store many consider to be the ultimate in fashion, and my place of work for the last 38 years. But I romance the clothes in my mind. Instinctively, I feel the fabric, see the allure. When I'm gathering, I can have only one woman in mind. This approach takes longer, but I've never been much of a multitasker. It also has the blessed benefit of making the 7 floors of the Fifth Avenue store new every time I travel them for a different client. By the end of a season, the clothes are like old relatives that one knows all too well. But in the game I play with myself, looking closely at the same departments and clothes as if I have never seen them before, I always find something new. In the dressing room, I straightened a persimmon sheath dress and considered the woman arriving in several hours for an appointment to answer 2 different needs: a new dress for a benefit luncheon hosted by her daughter, and a few pieces that were more casual than she was used to for a trip to Aspen with an old college friend who was not nearly as dressy as she. Calling them needs was something of a misnomer. In truth, we need very little. Certainly nobody needs all these clothes. Want, however, is something else. Whether they buy them at H&M or Bergdorf, women love clothes. You can get someone at the lowest point of her day and make her feel good, at least for a moment, with a new shirt or, even better, a dress. It doesn't matter how erudite or worldly someone is. Doctors, bankers, artists, they all want a fix. The client in question, a lawyer who worked at a top Manhattan firm, was no exception. Her large frame, however, made fitting her a challenge. Over the years, I had gently nudged her away from her comfort zone of jackets and matching suits to a softer, more feminine look. The mere fact that she was big didn't mean she wasn't a woman. As with most of my clients, I had known her a long time. Her mother-in-law had been one of my first friends when I moved to New York, and has been dead 27 years. I don't believe in disposable fashion or people.